everybody. We are here again. And this is part two of our self-esteem conversation. As we said before, we're going to keep it going. We're going to really challenge your mind to kind of expand a little bit more with that topic.
Right.
So we kind of left off on talking about being approached by people, particularly asking about our height. Right. And like how you handle that.
Right. The interview process.
Yeah, the interview.
That's right. That's all
Yes.
So I know what I would like to kind of put out there is how you control your own energy. I had a situation where someone said something and he was like deliberately kept trying to talk about me.
Talk about
he was just making comments, and I won't kind of go into all of them. He's continued to make comments. Now, clearly, when I looked at him, you know my roasting skills. Clearly, I was ready, but I was not in an environment that was conducive to me behaving that way.
Okay.
But because I didn't, I allowed it to steal my energy the rest of the day.
Okay.
I was like, I should have said it.
So you took it in.
I took it in. I took it in. Even though he was not even worthy of my time. So it's important for me to continue to be like, you know who you are. I know who I am.
That is key.
And I knew who I was when I walked in, and I let somebody that was so not worthy change my energy.
And that happens.
It does.
We too easily, I think, give in to that. We don't protect our energy enough. And the best way to do that is to work on our self-control.
Self-control and releasing it. You can't.
Yes.
Because you can't change everybody. You can change yourself.
That is true.
So you have to change the outlook and inward and outlook of the situation. But you can't change what everybody like. You can't go through just wipe everybody off the face of the earth and expect them to feel. You have to know how you are, who you are, and how you feel. And
that speaks to like understanding self. I think there's so many, this is a good place to segue into this. There's so many things that dealing with self. So self-image, self-esteem, self-confidence, self-love, self-talk, self-control,
mental health,
self-actualization, all of it. Right. So we are calling it our self-eez, right? And if you think about it, we're putting a spin on the idea of self-eez, right? Selfie, you take a picture and you're trying to you're making a statement when you take a selfie, right? You're showing something about yourself that you're trying to show the world. Right. So we want to kind of put a little deeper spin onto that, and like, what is the deeper
It's like an X-ray selfie, like the inside.
Exactly. What is happening on the inside? So we even thought of a challenge. Remember we were talking about, shall we tell them about it now?
Go for it.
Okay, so this is like a fresh concept. We're hoping you kind of want to try it with us. But we want to show the difference in the selfie you take and what you actually think of yourself when you think of that picture you're taking. Like, what are you actually thinking? So oftentimes you may be like, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling myself today, But in your mind, you're like, oh my gosh, am I looking okay? Is my clothes fitting me okay? Or whatever. So we want to kind of see the other side. Is there another side?
And then also sometimes, you remember we discussed what you're putting outward, that you're thinking something internally. Yes. What you don't realize is that outward facade is not what's appearing to other people.
Right.
It's what you're actually internally thinking about yourself. That's what's actually showing up. That's your representation, is your internal spirit.
Exactly. So we want to play with that idea, and we'll give you all more examples, and we'll kind of, issue like little days or challenges of when we want to see these pictures, because I think it'd be really interesting. It could spark a lot of conversation, even between you and your friends, or you and your mom, your parents, because it gives you a way to express yourself without the words, and I think a lot of people, especially if you have a creative, artistic spirit, that's going to really open up some things for you if you want, kind of like try that along with us. So
dare to believe.
Yes. So that's our version of selfies. Okay. So when we say we're taking selfies, we're showing what's happening on the inside in that picture as well. Okay.
That's right.
So, but I love what you said about your energy, protecting your energy and not giving everything, and also not taking everything in either.
They can't define you. You met me 30 seconds ago.
Exactly. So I think really interesting stuff here, and we would love to hear how you're receiving this. you know, today.
Or giving.
Yeah. Yeah. And like, if this is resonating with you, do you feel like you have had this experience? Like, we all have had some kind of experience, and we'll go further into it, kind of sharing more, being vulnerable, because there are some times when things are said and you're like, oh my gosh, and how do I handle this right now?
You weren't ready mentally to accept
so
it.
I've been there.
I've been there.
Yeah. So
you have to be honest with it.
Yes, for sure. And like you said, this is the support system we're creating here, and we hope you come back here and you know, share in it. You can also email us, right?
You talk to us, the number 2 at heightdreams.com.
Yes.
It'll be in the bio.
Yeah. So if you don't feel comfortable putting in the comments, drop it in our email for us, okay? So till next time, we're going to continue this conversation, right?
Dream out.
All right, dream out. I love it.